First of all, we have to start with this. This is Jason Cundy commentating for the Chelsea official app. I'm not sure we can call it commentating. You can judge for yourself. Take a look at this when Esteval's winner went in.
Mark Cucurella pulls it back. Esteval went in with it. It's stopping time. Esteval and the Matthew on again. And it's Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1.
You lose your mind.
The Blues lead the champions and there's only a minute or two to go. The Blues lead.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Jace, you lost your mind, you lost your microphone, you lost your headphones.
Yeah.
You just ended up with a wire in your hand.
Just a wire. I saw you after the game, never said. I was holding a wire. I didn't know what else to do with it. It's one of those moments, right, that is what football is about. Those moments, they don't come along that often, every season. And when they do, that's people moan and complain about VAR taking the spontaneity away from us fans celebrating. And that was one of those moments, even though I was working as a fan, you lose it. And it's the best feeling, because that's why we go to football matches. We want that moment, that feeling to celebrate unbridled joy, the joy and the absolute pleasure. And I did lose my mind. And you know, I looked at Cucurella, he looked onside to me, and I thought, and then you got Maresca sprinting down the touchline, got people going crazy. That's what football's about.
Yeah.
All right? And that is if we ever lose that, then football's gone.
Yeah. Absolute ecstasy. I was cheering so loudly that you actually start to hurt your head. Like, you can actually feel your brain cells bashing against your skull. And Maresca running up and down the touchline, that is like peak proper Chelsea as well. How many managers have we had do that over the years? So, and the fact that it was Esteval as well, who we know has been knocking on the door for a goal all season. He's shown his glimpses and moments, and for him to go and get the winner like that is just incredible. He's properly announced himself. So,
yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
It felt like there was only one team, Jace, in that second half, especially the last 15 minutes, actually coincides when Esteval came onto the pitch, that wanted to go and win that game. And Jamie Carragher said it after. That last 15 minutes from Chelsea was so impressive. They didn't stop. They didn't take the point. We went for it. And actually, Jace, we got what we deserved in the end, and that was all 3 points.
Liv, I totally agree with you. But in those moments, even though you feel that we're probably more likely to get the next goal, you never quite know. And there was 1 or 2 little moments where they got a 3v4 against us, or 4v3 in there, and they never quite made the most of it. Then we come again. It was like a wave. And Mamardashvili has made a couple of good saves. One to his left with Jamie Gittins that come off the bench. One down to his right with Esteval. So the subs made an impact. But the impact I felt of, and it might have been slightly fortuitous, but the fact that we brought Lavia on and Reece had to go to centre-half, Maresca needs huge credit for getting his subs right and not sitting and not taking a point. He's gone for it. Fortune favours the brave. And boy, was he brave. And in the end, you wait for that last-minute winner. He's tracked that far post. He's gone in. Enzo's pass. I didn't realise how good the pass was until I reflected on it. It's the move from Caicedo into Lavia, out to Gittins, into Enzo, Cucurella into Enzo, and the movement. It was a beautiful goal, and yes, that's why I love Chelsea. That's why I love football.
Yeah.
Esteval, not even just to arrive at the back post, a finish on his weaker foot, which I think he made look easier than it was. But like Jay says, it was the move. It started with Sanchez, and it came all through to the right. But the pass from Moises Caicedo, I mean, we'll get onto Moises Caicedo's performance, which was gigantic.
Yeah.
But that pass, this is just sums Moises Caicedo up. He knows exactly where the 2 Liverpool players are and where the Chelsea player is, and without even looking, he plays that ball perfectly, and we've beaten the press and we're away, and that leads to the goal.
Yeah, and this is why he's right now the most complete midfielder in the league. And this is a long time coming, this praise, and I feel like it's just starting to see the masses and the people that aren't Chelsea fans. But when you've been watching Caicedo last season, you'll see this is exactly what he's been doing. He's added some goals to his game. We've seen long shots at Old Trafford. We've seen it against Tottenham, even though it was disallowed in the away game.
Recently.
Brentford, the halfway line effort. Now, obviously, this one. but it's the passing, it's the ability to receive the ball off the defenders whilst being pressed, ability to scan, to know his surroundings, which is one of the most difficult things I think to do in football, is when you're in the pressure cooker of the midfield. You've got players left to your right, the speed of the Premier League, the pace of it, the physicality of it, and he's able to navigate around that, as well as tackling, intercepting, and the passing, like you said. So what doesn't he have? He has everything. So he's just a top player, and he's been putting in top performances for ages. And I feel like it's good to see people now kind of paying attention to that, and he's getting noticed for it, because yeah, he's unbelievable.
We were speaking off air, Jace, and it's not even just he was unbelievable. Chelsea fans know he's been doing this for the last year and a half, and for whatever reason, he hasn't been getting the credit he deserves. Last year, he should have been in the team of the year, ahead of Ryan Gravenberch.
Yeah.
However, when you win things and when you're champions, that gets looked upon other than just individual performances. Yeah. But this is consistency now from a player that has been reaching these levels for a long period of time.
Yeah, and I speak on behalf of, I think, most Chelsea fans, including you guys, that this has been coming 18 months or so. The problem I think that he had, and a lot of Chelsea players and us fans have suffered from, is the fact that we spent so much money. Caicedo came in, West Ham away, come off the bench, wasn't fit, give a penalty away, give a ball away, had a really poor start to his Chelsea career, and it took time to gather up, I think, respect. And respect in football takes a long time. Because we kind of spent so much money, it's like, well, Caicedo's obviously a flop. That's the outside eyes looking on the inside. We've been on the inside. We've seen these performances. This is not a big shock. I'm delighted that he has continued to improve that and elevate his performances. But this has been coming. Yep. This has been coming. And there is not a better ball-winning midfielder in the country right now. I'd say for the last year, maybe 18 months, snaps into tackles, right? Sometimes he gets it wrong, right? There was a penalty he gave away recently.
Bayern Munich, I believe.
Right? So that he gets, but that you don't want to take that away from his game. But his receiving the ball, him and Lavia, the relationship they've struggled to build up because of Lavia's injuries. If that gathers pace, watch out. By the way, watch out for those two, that pivot, because if those two sit together, wow. And I've seen glimpses. We've all seen glimpses. And against Liverpool in particular, for some reason.
He's always there.
Against Anfield.
Right?
Yeah, Lavia turns up again. I don't know what that is. 2-1 turned up.
Yeah.
Turned up off the bench. But back to Caicedo. Right now, he's in the top 5 midfielders in the world. And you watch his performances continue to elevate, and you watch everyone outside Chelsea go, wow, where's he come from? I'll tell you where he's come from. He's been here. He's been here for seasons now.
You haven't been watching Chelsea enough.
Not closely
You haven't been
enough.
watching Chelsea closely enough, or you've been taking results away.
Or maybe public opinion or pundit opinion
Yeah.
that maybe someone Gravenberch has been better. Good player.
Good player.
Can't do what Caicedo does.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of players out there that can do what Moises Caicedo does. We'll get on to the Lavia, Caicedo midfield in just a second. But Jamie Carragher obviously came out, and said that Declan Rice is a better midfielder because of the ball. He's better with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
I love Declan Rice, right? I think he's an absolutely outstanding midfielder. I think it's so difficult to compare the two. They play two completely different positions.
Yeah.
If you're playing in Moises Caicedo's position, you pick Moises Caicedo. If you want an 8, you probably go Declan Rice. But do you think Moises Caicedo is underrated with the ball at his feet? Because I do, and I can't understand why people are saying he can't pass as well as he does. Have you seen him on the ball?
Yeah, he's criminally underrated in terms of that. When you want a midfielder to be able to play through the lines. You want a midfielder who's able to play through blocks and through teams, and that's exactly what he's able to do. He's able to play those hard passes. Don't get me wrong, Declan Rice is a great kind of deliverer of the ball from set pieces, from dead ball situations to free kicks. We've seen that as well. That's something he has over Caicedo. But in terms of open play, when you receive the ball under the press, can you turn and find solutions that are not the easiest to find? He's better at Declan Rice in doing that. And that's why Declan Rice plays next to Zubimendi. Because Zubimendi is meant to be the orchestrator a little bit in that role, and Declan Rice is more the athleticism and kind of gets up and down the pitch. Caicedo is both. He is the athleticism, he gets up and down the pitch, and he orchestrates, he picks up the ball in that single pivot at times when Enzo's a bit further forward, and he plays through the line. So in terms of being a complete player in open play, that's where Caicedo is stronger for me.